I don't care about my makeup. I like it better with my jeans all ripped up. Don't know how to keep my mouth shut. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with the VeVe, OMI, Definity, DEVVE, daCat update video, FIAS as well. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. We love those. Those are great. We do have a bit to go over today. We are doing VeVe adds more users. There was a space that I was listening to not that long ago. It was like an hour or two ago. It might even still be on. Let me see here. It is not. But it was. I think it was May Collects and O'Milly was co-hosting. Anyway, My Collectibles was there, and they were talking about the relatively not good sales numbers on the Assassin's Creed drop today. And even though Assassin's Creed is an absolutely incredible IP, that's just not a lot of the people that are here, which are kind of the unks, you know, kind of like the middle-aged peeps, you know. Not a ton of them are into a set. That's kind of like a younger millennial and below game. And you probably have people that have played that, but it's not enough for them to buy. I mean, again, it's still made, I think, like $7,000, which is better than the most recent comic that they had. The new Avengers. Now, granted, this new comic, the new Avengers, it was the shocking return of Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch, guest starring Doctor Strange. That had, it's not even telling me how much it sold. It's giving me that little bar there. But I think that made like 2,000 maybe. Actually, not even. It made like, what's this say? 241, 70, yeah, like $1,700. Whereas Assassin's Creed, at least this one, probably because it was $30 per one. Yeah, 250. It made about $7,500. So again, it's better than that. But it's like, okay, didn't we just have David and Dan with their fire horse? Didn't we have them come and they make like 20 grand? I think they did. I think they made actually a little bit more than that. Was that 17? They made 26,000. And it's like, well, how can, you know, David and Dan on a freaking horse, you know, make 26,000, and Assassin's Creed, one of the biggest gaming IPs in the world, only make 7 or 7,500? It's like, oh, again, it's, you know, what connects with you, what connects. So obviously with David and Dan, you had a little bit less editions. There was only 2,473 editions available, a bunch of common that people were selling for like $1. So I bought one of those, you know, white horse thingies. Is the white one? Yeah, the white horse ones. The black one was the special edition, and the ultra rare was the red one. The ultra rare might have even been below retail. I don't know. But I bought it just for $1 because I like them. I like the year of the horse, and like that connected with some people. And again, there was a bit of a chase. But for the Assassin's Creed, I think there were a couple chases as well. Yeah, you had a special edition, one of 30. Actually, had 2 special editions that were one of 30s. And then you had 2 secret rares. So actually, the mechanics on this were pretty good. Now, you did have a bunch of commons, you know, like 11, almost 1,200 commons. And yeah, $30 is a lot. But I mean, like the work that like went into this, it seems like it definitely was worth it. Now, again, the first one I think did really well because it was Ezio as the main character. Like I don't know who these people are. like these ones. I mean, they're cool looking. They're dope. They're like Viking stuff. Like, look at that chick with the half-shaved head and a head tattoo. Reminds me of my friend Stacy. Go watch our podcast. That was amazing. Nastasia Ben. Anyway, but it's just that, and even Aaron or My Collectibles had said that, you know, it's the people that are into Assassin's Creed mostly are just not here right now, and that's fine. Again, we have hundreds of licenses. Not everything is going to be a hit. Not everything is going to be awesome. Like, so it would, I understand what people's concerns were, where they had said, hey, this is a big IP. Like if it was, let's say, like Cryptkins, I shit on them all the time. I love that set. I have 2 of those sets. I love those things. That is actually one of my favorite sets. Very few people like that type of stuff though. But if like Cryptkins were to make, you know, a couple grand, like, you know, it's Cryptkins, doesn't matter. But when like a bigger IP doesn't make it, some eyebrows go up and some people are like, oh, you know, what does this mean? You know, does this mean VeVe's dead? It's like, no, that's silly. It's like, it's just this hasn't been VeVe's real target audience. And again, when they got this license, I assume a year or 2 ago, you don't know, you know, who's going to come in, and the gamers haven't really come in yet. Like you like clearly, I'm like one of the biggest gamers on VeVe, old school, a lot of Nintendo. Well, I mean, just Nintendo down the line, NES, SNES, 64, GameCube, Wii U, you know, all that. Obviously, a bunch of the Game Boy games. I still play on emulators sometimes. Pokemon Master. So I mean, and yeah, we played we played Halo, played Call of Duty, and I'm not gonna lie, guys. Some of these new kids that are going into these lobbies now where everything's all restricted, they would have not survived like a 2009 Call of Duty like pre-game lobby. Just wouldn't happen. Okay, water, great. But yeah, like it's one of those things. Not every license is going to be a home run, and this is just one of those. Again, we have hundreds of licenses. If one of them isn't a home run and it doesn't resonate, you know, cool. Well, not cool, but it's just like I expect some of them to like come out and not do that well, and these are just one of those. And again, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter, but it. Remember in Modern Family where Gloria's yelling at Jay for something, and she's yelling in Colombian, blah, 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 blah. And then Jay's like, I don't know what you said, but those shorts really take the sting out of getting yelled at, because Sofia Vergara is like the most beautiful woman on the face of the earth, and you know, she had a good body. She wore those shorts well. In that same breath, I'll say, again, I don't want to say it doesn't matter. But when David and Dan can drop, like, look at Dan's face in that. When David and Dan can drop themselves on a horse and make 25K, like at a surprise drop with no marketing, yeah, I don't really care much that Assassin's Creed didn't do that well. You know, just my opinion. It really takes the sting out of, you know, a license that, you know, we got and maybe aren't making money on. Again, that takes the sting out of it right there. Now, also, again, 25 grand was spent on those horsies. I don't know how much for the year of the horse. Like, and again, I got one of these because I should get the secret rare. I don't know how much it is, but I'm born in the year of the horse, so I would love to be able to see. I'd love to be able to see what we. Okay, here we go. What we sold here. Oh, it sold 562. Okay, so it made like 3 grand, 3,300, 3,372. Which again is not a lot, but it stamps. No, really, I collected this because, again, I was born in the year of the horse. But again, people spent 25K on a drop a few days ago, and then you also have Ren and Stimpy tomorrow, where I've seen a couple of people get pretty excited about this. Now, this has to hit like 35 to maybe like 45 years old is probably the demographic for this. And you know, if you're younger than that or older than that, I mean, Ren and Stimpy did have a revival on like, I think, Spike TV like years back. So maybe the other generation kind of got a little peek at it, but back in the day, this is dope. Anyway, let's get to some of these comments. Turtle Golf saying first. What's up, Turtle Golf? How's it going? All right, so you can go. We'll wait. Yeah, I had to utilize the latrine. Turtle Golf said, if you could run Polymarket predictions for VeVe Analytics, what would be your top 3? Here's one of mine. Orbis has a market cap of more or less than 200 million after reverse merger. I'm going to say less, although it's going to depend on what time. like, is it going to be less than 200K, or I'm sorry, 200 million, like the day of? Probably. Because if I'm David and I am thinking like, okay, now I don't know what Orbis is going to be valued at, like what they're actually valued at. Let's say like 100 million, right? If I'm David, I say like, okay, we're going to have ORKT, reverse merger us, value us at like 20 million. Why? Because then David could buy a bunch of these freaking shares, knowing that it's like probably, again, if we're just making up numbers, but if VeVe's valued at 100 million, let's IPO at 20 million. Let's really buy these shares up, because he knows the free market will take over. It'll go in and he could make a ton of money on that. And VeVe could raise a bunch of money. It could be insane, the amount of stuff that they could be doing. But afterwards, after I would say like a couple of weeks, again, when that free market decides, because again, the margins are huge for the actual product. And then you have, they're doing a little bit of, I don't know what to call it, reworking staff. I don't want to say revolving door. A guy named Conrad Smith, who had worked at VeVe until recently. He was a senior product leader, design strategist. And if you're a senior product leader and design strategist, driving growth through UX, user experience and product management, it's for user experience. Okay, why did he leave? He was there for essentially, I think, a couple of years, because he made a post saying that Kia ora, lovely people of LinkedIn. Not sure what that means, but I'm going to take offense to it. I'm joking. I'm wrapping up a fantastic few years at VeVe. So the first key piece of information, few years. And I'm on the lookout for a new role. So just that first sentence, wrapping up a fantastic few years at VeVe, meaning that he's been there for a while. He's probably gotten raises. He's probably, why is he leaving? I mean, he's on the lookout for a new role. I normally, if you're I don't want to say man of culture, but if you're a professional job hopper worth their salt, where this is what you do, you go and you get a job at somewhere, especially somewhere reputable and amazing like VeVe for a few years, pad that resume. And yeah, every few years you're supposed to job hop, because you can make more generally if you move jobs every 2 or 3 years, as opposed to staying with the same company. That's just the name of the business. But most people kind of, how when girls say, yeah, I'm not ready for a relationship, I think we should see other people, she's got like another dude like ready to go, right? Like probably already boinking them. That's what people like. And again, I would be doing this if I was in that situation. Like, no, a lot of people would have another job lined up before they leave the job that they're currently at. So his statement leads me to believe that it's not his decision to go. It might be that VeVe is relieving him of his duties. Now, why? My guess is possibly because using the reverse merger as an excuse. Hey, we're going to take some staff on from over there, which they might be cheaper, or they just want to cut costs and be like, okay, you've been a senior dev, you've this, but this salary that we're paying you, especially now with AI, we can get what was he, a senior? What the heck is this? Senior product leader. Maybe the work that he's been doing the last few years, the salary justifies that. But now, because of the updates on AI, and again, I'm just speculating here, the updates on AI is like, well, we don't need a senior product leader for this. Like, yes, the work up until recently, the work that you've been doing, yeah, the salaries justified that. But now I can get a junior product leader with the help of AI to do the same thing that you were able to do, because through no fault of anyone, it's not like a bunch of these developers and a bunch of these are getting worse. They're not. It's just the tools that everyone else can use to get better is just insane. And the gap between senior and junior devs and the work that they're able to get done is the gap is shrinking at a very, very fast rate. So again, this is all conjecture. We're operating off the smallest of conjecture because we don't know why he was like, maybe he just maybe he had a fight with someone there and he's like, nope, I'm done, leaving. Like we don't know, right? So anyway, after that first sentence, he says, if you've been looking to deliver value to your customers through smart, innovative, and data-driven product experiences, I'd love to talk more about how I can support your needs. I'm open to opportunities from the 4th of March and would appreciate your support connecting with people out there who may want to catch up. If that sounds like you or someone you know, please send me a message or comment down below. I'd love to connect. # open to work. What I'm looking for head of design, design team lead, design director, head of product, stunt pilot, and head of customer experience roles. Open to roles in Wellington or remote. Previously worked at VeVe, Xero, ANZ, Trade Me, 2 Degrees, and MTV. Had a very colorful history there. So again, like what I'm interpreting out of that is VeVe's taking what's likely a higher salaried person and probably replacing them with a lower salary person because they can make up that difference with the help of AI. Again, this is my guess. And then also, if they're going to be going public and they're going to probably need to cut corners. They're probably going to need to go in and say, hey, we need to scrimp and we need to save. We need to clear some of this bloat. And I'm not saying that he was just certain positions might just be dissolved because of that. And then again, whatever the free market decides, because if there's only a certain amount of shares, and let's say David buys a bunch of them at let's say like a $20 million market cap, again, we're making stuff up here, and then it goes to a bunch of the supply, and I don't know if they're doing pipe, I don't know if there's going to be a pre-sale and how much the pre-sale would be, but let's say they do $20 million market cap at $2 a share, and then they could sell it at, the pre-sale would be like $1.50 a share, like whatever it is. And then you get this squeeze of, because nobody knows really who VeVe is. I mean, people in greater finance, they know who VeVe is. But outside of like these random social circles where you'll see an incredible amount of people, outside of that, you don't, like not a lot of Wall Street probably doesn't. It's really only the bigger people, like in these smaller but mighty circles. So I think it's possible that with a squeeze, you could see VeVe above or Orbis above a $200 million market cap. But as of right now, and again, like what do they? And this is why I haven't bought any of the ORKT shares. I don't know how they're going to do it. And again, we're not even 100% sure that this actually goes through, even though it's probably going to go through. Trump says Netflix will pay the consequences if board member Susan Rice isn't fired. Oh, lordy. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Water is the best thing ever. All right, anyway, so that's some of my opinions on that. Here's one of mine. Orbis has more. Yeah, so my top 3, if I could run Polymarket predictions for VeVe, and that's a good one. It would be, I mean, one's got to be, well, can we do OMI on there, or is it just VeVe related? Well, OMI's part of it, because you got, you could take a look and be like, all right, how many transactions? Yeah, that would be one of them. One of them would be how many transactions, happen in this next week, and doing it for like, but let's say like March 1st through March 7th or something, because VeVe transactions are generally, well, I mean, this is actually pretty low. From the 10th to the 19th, we did not have a single day where we had over 10,000 transactions. Whereas the 3rd to like the 10th, 1, 2, oh, we only had 2 with 10,000 transactions. But if you go back to January, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You from January 30th to February 3rd, you had 5 days, like 5 days in a row with 10,000 transactions or more on VeVe/Stacker. And then if you go back even further than that, okay, no, all right, I'm mistaken. You typically only get a couple of days, maybe like 5 or 8 days per month, where you have transactions, maybe even like less than that, of over 10,000 or more. It seems to be about 5,000, and here we've actually it's been above. It's been between 5,800 and 9,500. So the number of transactions is actually going up a little bit. I think some of these probably have to do with me buying an insane amount of comics on Stacker, which we'll get to. So it would be, how many transactions can VeVe do in a certain amount of time? How much money is VeVe going to make in a certain amount of time? And obviously that will change depending on like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comes out, like those always go heavy. Like any Star Wars stuff, those always go heavy, right? Like we did 100-something thousand from, the Mandalorian or the Boba Fett drop, the movie prop drop. Did I say that 5 times fast? So it would be transactions, it would be money, and then it would be, I guess, active daily users, which we haven't been able to take a look at in a while because I can't really talk about it, but we are unable to see the active daily users for VeVe at this time, which is really unfortunate because like this is when we would want to know those numbers the most, when they're about to be going freaking public, but the collect chain does not offer that data yet. So yeah, we're not going to know how many active daily users there are for a bit, which is unfortunate. But if that number was public, that would be my third one. Omar loves OMI saying good evening. Good evening. Yeah. Echo 712 says, let's go. Let's get this bread. I love Turtle Golf says, let's go. Saturday night. I'm good. Yeah, I'm feeling all right, baby. Alexis Evans says the collector's hub space. Yes, that is where it was. And I do not believe that. Shit. Give me one sec. Sorry. Where am I here? Damn, X still doesn't send me my stuff. Lexi Evans says, I was able to pull the number 30 Zoo Edition mail. Damn, there's like, from the mail, there's only 2 of them were sold, right? You got one of 2 of them. Bro, that's amazing. Good for you. You keeping it? You selling it? Let me know. DEVVE keeps dipping. Yeah, let's take a look at the DEVVE. I think the lowest it was like 4.5 cents like a couple weeks ago, right? Are we down there? 5.8 cents. So we're not down where we were. Not yet. Can we? I think that's definitely possible. I mean, anything's possible. It's crypto, right? It doesn't even show it on the yeah, it only shows. Yeah, it only shows on February 13th, like just a dip below there. It doesn't show the wick down. It shows like 4.9. I think we went down to like 4.5. We're 5.8 now though. And there is, okay, there we go. 43,000 in volume on the Uniswap. Fuck, let me undo this. But what is it on the rest? Yeah, it's not a lot. 129,000 in volume, so it's very, very low. How do you get the volume back? I would say it would take a few months. It would be the announcement of that exchange partner that they have, and again, that's probably months away. And it might not be. It could be right around the corner, but they're running a bit leaner. Again, fundamentally, nothing with the company's changed. In fact, they seem to be in a better position now than they were months ago. But people just care about announcements, and it's like once that does get announced, they'll have a big light shown on it. But until then, yeah, we don't know where it goes. And when that happens, that it'll go insane. You'll see a 10x very quickly. 100x goes to 5. Yeah, maybe 100x pretty quickly, because it's like one of the most undervalued things in the space. Zombie says, "Yo, I got one. Will Cycle be back in this year?" Talking about VeVe and OMI. Again, the general cycles are not really a thing anymore. Will the narrative be back? Maybe. We don't know. Again, the announcement of us possibly going public is probably one of the most bullish things that they could announce. I honestly, I don't care what license it is, unless it's Pokemon. I don't think there's any other announcement that gets us to have this type of exposure. Again, unless it's Pokemon, I do not believe there's any other announcement that gets us this type of exposure. Now, just from the general narrative, the ETH goes back up when ETH goes back up to $4,500, $5K. Yeah, a lot of money will move into VeVe. But that's not necessarily from any announcement. That's not on any particular like hype train that you can get on. That's just, okay, money's flowing into crypto. And it doesn't look like we'll have any meaningful legislation passed until May. Like that looks like they're going to time it with the with the exit of Jerome Powell. And once that happens, and then you have the Clarity Act passed, it's like, okay, double whammy. That should send things, or at least getting a lot more money injected back into the market. And if you have that, great. And if you don't, I don't know. But yeah, I don't see crypto moving in any. I don't see Bitcoin or ETH moving in any meaningful way until then. So I think you probably have a couple months more of just moving sideways. And there's a lot of people, very smart people, that think we have another big push of Bitcoin down to 50K, 45K. I mean, you could, like, where's the lower limit? Like, I feel like frickin' Lindsay Lohan, like, the limit does not exist. Name that movie. Whoever names that movie, you win tonight's giveaway. VeVe Tommy says, will Cavell be talking about VeVe and OMI for the end of the year? Probably not. Maybe if VeVe and OMI start to go crazy, then he will. But until that happens, I don't even know what he's doing. I don't know what. I haven't heard of him forever. But yeah, well, the cycle this year we're talking about VeVe. If the narrative comes back for NFTs, then yes, because you have digital collecting that's just going to be a very major thing. And I haven't seen Wicked, so that may or may not have been a thing that they'd said. But if it was, they were definitely referencing what Lindsay Lohan said in what movie? What movie? Whoever names that movie, names the reference, wins tonight's giveaway. And I hope it's you, Tomx06. I hope it's you. Now, anyway, you had someone talking about DEVVE. All right, let's go to Definity, where they sent me their numbers yesterday on Friday, and they're just crushing it, and still at under $2 million market cap. I am due to get a tiny bit of money, I think, next week, and maybe even more. So I'll talk about. I want to have the daCat announcement, but it's not. It's the daCat announcement probably won't be until March. But I will say that we're going to probably do. Well, let me get through Definity first. For Definity, there's a OTC deal that had happened, not for Definity tokens, but for some shares of the company. Okay, I'm sure it was. Again, I haven't seen Wicked, but again, I will say this reference again for a VeVe giveaway. What movie is this from? The limit does not exist. And then, you know, whoever comments that down below. Penguin says, when news on Definity, you get numbers or nothing anywhere from them, what's going on? I'm a shareholder in the company, so that's why I get numbers. Those are private. They're not a public company. Could they be taken public at some point? Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised, and they might have gotten offers and just not have told me, but I'm surprised that they haven't gotten off, or at least taken someone on that. Oh, Rob Cooks, yes, you did it. Rob Cooks, shoot me a message on X and tell me your VeVe username, and then we'll make sure you get that giveaway. Because again, Definity is absolutely crushing it. They are just, again, absolutely crushing it. Here's why I really need to replace my OMI, but I need to get more Definity too, because fudge, I need to get so much more. Why? Because again, they're and again, you why I'm not going too crazy on this right now is because Bitcoin and ETH, I don't think are really going to move in any positive way until May. There is much more room for them to still go down in the short term. Over the long term, 2030, Bitcoin's at $1 million. ETH will be at 20-something thousand. You know, it'll be insane. But you have to get through like the dark bad times, and you have to get these markets to pump. Trump has done the exact opposite of what he said he would do for crypto, which again, none of the legislation has passed yet. And why do you think his son is coming in and buying a bunch of Bitcoin? Why do you think a lot of other, like he does want to make us the Bitcoin capital of the world, but also, you know, the tariff war has not been good for crypto. Nothing that has been done has been good for crypto, but it's like when a plane crashes, you have to put your mask on first before you put the mask on the kiddos, right? You got to make sure the country is doing well before the crypto people can get those gains. So anyway, I don't want to put another 20K in right now and then see if Bitcoin goes, you know, takes another 30% haircut. Then I see, okay, OMI's down in quad zeros. Definity goes under $1 million market cap. You know, DEVVE is like 2 million. Like I don't, because that's very, very positive. If Bitcoin does another 35% dip or 30% dip, yeah, alts are going to get crushed again. And I don't want that to happen. Like, could you be like, Chavez, don't be a pussy, just fucking put it in? Yeah. I probably should. Because I've been buying at like all of these much, much higher prices for everything. I should be buying that in down here. And maybe next week I will. Maybe in March I will. But generally for public companies, every quarter. For a public company, every quarter is like, okay, what's working, what's not working. For private companies, generally every year you want to go in and reassess, okay, what have we done that's been working? What have we done that hasn't been working? And then what have we just started that we don't know yet? And then you just go in and be like, okay, what is working right now? What is currently giving us revenue? What's currently, you know, what's not working? What is our biggest cash burn? And is there reasons for this cash burn that's a money pit? I mean, Binat, the companies in which I've invested in crypto have done incredibly well. And I've just like that's where most of my money is. I have put in more into the crypto tokens than I have into the companies, but my crypto is worth not even 10%, probably 5% between 5 and 10%, but definitely worth less than 10% of my entire portfolio. The companies behind them, though, yeah, that's a horse of a different color. So I have the opportunity to pick up some shares here of other companies that I'll let you guys know. Like I can't say the company yet, but I put in 25K into another, like, I don't want to say startup, although it is. It's newly formed. The people have been working on it for a while. I can't say what it is yet, but yeah, I put 25K into there. I was like, well, Chavez, you could have got you could have got like another 200 million OMI. You'd be a $500 million OMI. Fucking retard, why didn't you do that? I mean, I put what, 650,000 into OMI, and it's worth nothing now. Like I have my bags. I have 300 million. I've been DCAing, and I've been buying Definity at 5 cents and 4 cents and 3 cents and 2 cents. And yeah, I bought more at a penny. I bought a bit more at a penny. But I'm so heavy in that company of DMA Link and Bloomsbury. Again, I should buy more. I put 70K into DEVVE. That's worth next to nothing now. And again, it's not because the companies are doing the wrong thing. Like, the companies are fundamentally doing better than they were the last few years. It's just that the overall market has just taken a giant shot to the face. And now is probably a really good time to buy. But if we have another 30% dip on Bitcoin and ETH, and alts take another 50 or 60% hit, I'm just not. And again, like, what has been working for me has been buying a bunch of these other companies, and they've done absolutely insanely well. Their tokens, on the other hand, have not. So what I'll say with DMA Link and getting numbers, we hear not like, so the health of the company is, if you look at Definity, like, they're a cash cow. DMA Link, as far as numbers are concerned, there are no concerns. That is probably the healthiest company that I have right now. Yeah, the revenues are insane. The margins are insane. It hasn't translated. Why hasn't it translated into the token price yet? Some regulatory issues / concerns right now about buybacks. Now, burns they could do all the live long day, and they burned like 800,000. That was like $8,000 worth of tokens back in December, like 2 months ago. Merry Christmas, right? Could they do that again soon? Yeah, I don't see why not. Like, they constantly do things, and again, buying down here, like you said, under a $2 million market cap is an insanely good price point, in my opinion. It could get cut in half if Bitcoin and ETH go down. We're not sure. But yeah, I should throw in like another 20K. Oh, I should do it. I will put more into Definity in the next, I don't know, in the next 2 weeks, because I'll get a little bit of cashola. Penguin looks like, look at their building, delivering, will make Definity tokens. Honestly, just the overall market, and with the announcement of the Midnight Foundation, like, this is Charles Hoskinson's like privacy token foundation that partner with Bloomsbury Money, that's sister company of DMA Link, which is, and Bloomsbury Money, their main utility token is Definity. If they would have mentioned Definity in that article and marketed it to the Cardano and Midnight people, yeah, it would have done like a 6x. Why didn't it? Why didn't it mention it? I don't know if I can say, but I'll say that I know Manu would have probably wanted that in. It probably was not on Definity. Like I'm sure if Definity had their way, they would have included it. That's all I can say on that. But yeah, it's $1.8 million market cap. And I will put in more at some point. When, I don't know, but that's got to be probably the most undervalued thing that I have. Maybe because DEVVE's really low too, and they're all really low. But yeah, when DEVVE is not even 10x higher than daCat, you know something's off there, right? When Definity, which is bringing home hundreds of thousands a month, is like 3x the price of daCat, or 3x the market. Again, $1.8 million market cap there. They are bringing home well in the six figures a month. How much is daCat bringing in? At $700,000 market cap now. Okay, so it's not a huge. I thought it was 600, 700. How much is daCat bringing in? We're gonna have a lot. We're gonna have a good amount of money coming in this year from the digital and the physical comic. And I'll say this: we're probably gonna. I think I want to do 3,000 physical comics now, because I haven't talked to David about this yet, but you know, his company, or at least the OMI homies, Max and Janie, they stream on they stream on Whatnot for VeVe, I think once a week. And when they do that, they have, I mean, let's look at what they have for sale. Let's look at the Whatnot. Where are we here? Oh, hell no. Okay. Can I freaking search VeVe, please? Okay. So they got a bunch of stuff that sold. They ship times around 1 day, 4.9 reviews. Can I review it? No, I can't review it. Okay. What do they have here? They got a big pin mystery box for $50. Ultimate Endgame #1 single for $6. Not bad. Ultimate Endgame #1 Believers blind bag is $120. Wait, why is this one 120 and why is the other one 60? Can I? Oh, it's a bundle of 20 plus 2 free. So do you get 22 or you charge? Okay, and I'm guessing the 60 is a bundle of 10. Okay, and then you get 1 free. Okay, I see. So it's $6, and then they have the bundles. Matt Gondak's Bon Appetit, $225. Same with Malibu Blue. Collectors at Heart vinyl. I don't know how many of these do they have. Oh, there's only 5 available. 25 each. Okay, that's interesting. Agoro. Oh, they have the Marvel number 72 foil. Okay, that's interesting. Invincible Series 1, the poster. $175 for that. Damn. Oh, the South Park trading coins, $450. But that's only for. Looks like it's. What are these? Okay, it looks like it's Stan and. Is that Osimo? It is Osimo. I didn't know he was a coin. That's so cool. Damn, $450 for those two. Okay. Oh, the Gary Basement. I freaking love this one. Celebration of Toby. It's a limited print. It's 4 of it. It's only 4. How many of these were made? Okay, that's really cool though. All right, let's move past that. Let's go to Addiction. It's a metal variant, $100 hairs. Another metal variant, $100 hairs. Save now, number one. I have zero idea what that is. 25 bucks. What makes this $25? From Bad Idea. Why is it $25? Is it like 85 pages? It's mint condition, but like, and I'm very confused at that. Anyway, Marvel Venom 250 variant. Okay, that's cool because it's 250. Marvel Rivals Ignite, $50. So a lot of these comics here are looks like they're money, $25. Then Ron English Gold Rabbit variants. VeVe Fig Pin, $25 hairs. They have shirts. Okay, so like they have a bunch of stuff, right? What I want to do with them is I want to ask David, like, hey, do you want to take 500 comics, from daCat? And I'd sell it to him. Obviously, I like just above cost. Like, I don't want to work for free, but obviously he needs to get, they need to make their money too. So I don't want to sell it to him at 10 and then have him sell it for like 12. Like I'll give it to him cheaper, have him make, some of that bread. Cause and normally I know comics, $5, $7, but again, it's 85 pages, so you're getting a lot of content for it. A lot of content. DEVVE is a whole blockchain. It's insane that it's so low. I know. I mean, nobody knows about DEVVE. They should be, and again, even like FIAS, which is like its own separate thing. Give me one sec. David just posted. Oh, Doggo tried to. Oh, he tried to attack a porcupine. He got chanced. Oof. Anyway, David Yu had said, buy the digital, win the physical. Purchase and hold a Toby Unbreakable digital collectible on VeVe between February 23rd through March 9th to receive a bonus entry into the draw to win a physical Toby Unbreakable statue. So I guess we have one of those coming in on the 23rd. We do. How many of these are there? Okay, so there's a bunch of these. Common is one of 1,200. These are how much? Okay, $15. Okay. Uncommon is one of 900. There's two. You can craft one. Okay, that's cool. The rare is one of 600. Ultra is one of 300. Secret is one of 150. I don't know how well. Who's the artist behind this? Details, crafting, blind bot. It's Toby. Again, cool. And I guess you get the physical with that, so that's pretty dope. Oh, Dynamite. They're one of one coming out soon as well. Okay, anyway. Yeah, DEVVE is their whole blockchain. And FIAS, which I think is building on DEVVE, and they're going to be so huge. FIAS is going to be so freaking huge, and that same thing, $2 million market cap. DMA Link, Definity, they've been growing, and they've been growing, but they've been growing steady, and it's a beautiful machine. But FIAS, oh my God, that with the work that they're doing with AI, and it's just that is a very easily fundable company. They could be so freaking huge, and they'll be on the DEVVE blockchain. I mean, they're building on the DEVX blockchain. So again, huge. Let's take a look at FIAS and see what they're up to. Down half a point on the day, 7,100 in volume, $2 million market cap. Yeah, very, very small. I should probably get more. Anyway, I do want to go back to daCat real quick. So daCat, again, we want to do 3,000. I want to do 3,000 comics now because we want to make the digital scarcer. Like we want it to be like, oh, you got the digital, like, yeah, I have an idea, because we can only really sell the digital to VeVe peeps, right? But I think that there's potential to sell some of these. I think there's potential to sell some of these to outside of VeVe peeps. I mean, I know people in the comic industry, and again, when you've had people try to buy your IP straight up, and to try to like buy the publishing rights, like you know there's a lot of interest that's just separate from VeVe, and it's like, okay, this, and I don't mind, like, I'll have it right over there. I'll have it right next to the pool cues. I'll have it right next. I'll have or in the room over there where I do my pull-ups. And I'll go to the post office multiple times a week. I'll send it. Now we'll sell out, but the chances of that, it's possible that you get a second print run. Now, obviously, the first one will be super collectible, and the second one will not be as collectible. That's gonna be like pure profit sales. But when the first one sells out, then I'll look to selling the publishing rights to, whatever country, that we're in, or that wants them. Because again, for publishing, you have people that publish books that publish like, and they sell like 5 of them. And if you can go in saying like, yeah, I just sold 5,000 books, they're gonna be like, what the heck, unicorn. So I think we have a really good shot for daCat for being able to sell our books globally, and I'm gonna have to work for it, but I'm gonna be very confident that I can take the rest of this year and sell them out. The digital should be no problem, and then the physical also. So, and the more we could sell, the better odds we have of selling the publishing rights. To other countries, they publish, then we get a certain percentage of it. Now, what do we do with some of these profits here? It's just gonna go back into the kitty, and it's gonna, we'll do some buybacks of the token, obviously. Even though, again, the Cat Chronicles IP, the Cat Chronicles and the Cat token, yes, we have a couple trillion tokens on the balance sheet. We have a couple million OMI on the balance sheet. I even think we have like a little bit of DEVVE on the balance sheet, which is worth nothing. We do have that, and we'll do some buybacks, and that'll go back on the balance sheet until we, and we'll make some strategic sales when the price goes crazy, because again, we're paired with ETH, and ETH is about as low as you can get right now. So I mean, it's not. It can go back down to 1,500, right? Like it can go way down. But that's what we kind of plan to do. Anyone saying, or will be a layer 1 blockchain, fastest, safest, all the patent? Yeah. DEVVE's. That's why I'm so bullish on them. One of the reasons why I'm so bullish on them. OMI down 0.5%, 0.0013. So I've been buying a bunch of comics, as you all know. I'll let you know some of the ones that I had purchased today. It wasn't a ton of them, but because I'm so not upset, somebody was able to buy a bunch of those Journey into Mystery. Like, that's a B tier level comp. Journey into Mystery 85, First Appearance Loki. There's a ton of mints. There's like 60,000 mints of those, like 40-something thousand of the commons. But still, for under $1, that was a good deal. And I didn't hop on it quick enough. That was my bad. But some of the other ones I'll show y'all here real quick. No, I don't need to even do that. Let's go to my vault. It's worth next to nothing right now, but we'll get there. The Strange Tales 110 first appearance of Doctor Strange. I bought a bunch of those a few days ago. They're at $6 now. I'm not buying more at $6. Vengeance #1 first appearance of America Chavez is $9. I'm not buying any more of those. If Strange Tales 110 wants to come back down to $2, I'll buy them all. Vengeance #1, again, it's a B tier comic. No way. All new Marvel Now .1. First appearance Kamala Khan. You know, she's in the movies. I have for around $1, I'd say it's not bad to get. Actually, it's $1.17 on Stacker, but a one gem. If I type in all new Marvel, it should come up. I'm gonna go on to VeVe if it loads. I'll go on VeVe and buy it just for the one gem because I think I have a gem on here, but it's not. So we'll do I hyphenate it? The hyphen worked. Okay. The uncommon is $1.88, but I don't really care about that. All right, for a doll hair, yeah. And there's another one for $1.05. Did I do it for $1.05? Maybe I should save it. The Night Nurse I got for like 60, 70 cents. It's a C tier comic. Silver Surfer #3, first appearance Mephisto. I got 51 of these mother flappers. Why? Because I got them at like $3 and $4. It's $6.70 now. So I'm not going to pick up any there. The reason why I got some of these is because there's only 3,000 of these in circulation. Even though first appearance Mephisto isn't like Sleepin' Comics puts it as a C tier comic, but there's only 3,000 of them, and it's Mephisto. So I got a few. Another B tier comic here is first appearance of Betsy Braddock as Psylocke. There's 21,000 of these freaking things. These are never going to be 10. Well, I should say it. Is this going to be $10 anytime soon? No. Can this be like $3 or let's say $2.20? Can I double my money on this? Probably. This year? Probably. So I'm gonna buy these for 96 cents. Oh, my VeVe Market purchase was successful. Very good, very good. Let's see what it says. But Penguin, who's actually using the DEVVE blockchain? Nobody. FIAS. Litcraft, which I know they're like the same thing, but they are. And there's going to be others as well. I don't, because if you're going to be building on FIAS, like what they're doing with their arches, you're going to be building on the DEVX blockchain. Melissa, someone should invest in Wes's Twitter. Wes is he's very good at Twitter. He can get some of that traction. So you know what? Someone wants to invest in Wes's Twitter, you have at it. Wes, don't settle for less, Wes. You can get that bread. I have a freaking hair in my mouth. Okay, hold on. We're gonna let down the hair. Is this the hang on? Okay, bless me. What the heck? Yeah. Down the hair, put in a tighter pony. Oh yeah, this is a tighter pony. I feel it. Still in test phase though. Yeah. Agreed. Anyway, let's keep on going. Shout out to Omaha Set Spike for selling some of these because I enjoy them. beats your comic at under $1, I will take that, because I haven't really found any A-tier comics that were, well, there was one A-tier comic that I can get for under $3. I can't anymore. It was Marvel Spotlight #5, as first appearance of Johnny Blaze as Ghost Rider. And there was a decent amount. I have 32 of them. There was a decent amount that it was for like $2.30, and now the person that was selling is no longer selling. So, it happens. So any A-tier comics that I could get for under $3, I'm going to. So again, if anyone wants to put up Strange Tales #110 for under $3, I'll buy every single one of them. Same thing with Marvel Spotlight #5, first appearance Johnny Blaze. If it's like $2 and something, yeah, I'll go in and do that. Now, Psylocke is not nearly as big a character as Kamala Khan. So I probably should be buying, give me one sec here. Probably should be buying those before I buy these. In fact, I'll do that right now. I'll do another Marvel .1. Oh gosh. That there. And I'll buy another one here as well. So now I have no money left in the VeVe account, which is fine. That's fine. That's fine. Every now and then you find some stuff on VeVe that is just that's actually cheaper than, because it was $1.17 on Stacker. So go VeVe. Go VeVe. Should put in a credit card here and just freaking like get rewards for it, right? Maybe I'll do that. Where are we at? So let's go over some of the news here while I buy some of these comics. What do we have here? Did we do Thursday? I think we did Thursday. Or did we not do Thursday? Oh, thanks, Brock McRedcat and VeVe official. Now there's a cool cup of coffee and fun surprise. Randy Chavez, seems like Brock would be great to get on the podcast. He's been on 3 times. Talk about a comic collaboration. Maybe we will. Yeah. Let me search the Brock here. I don't know if he's still on. Yeah. Want to come on the podcast soon and talk about stuff? Question mark. Yeah. Successful. Very good. CME Group to launch 24/7 crypto futures and options on May 29th. Oh, very good. Very good. So I bought something from VeFriends the other day, and then I just took a look. A guy named Mike JY has said major. Oh God, Brock says what stuff when. Something about a cool cup of coffee. Cup of coffee and the jellyfish. Specious stuff. Whatever you're building, life, and more. Fuck, I'm so busy. The next Saturday? 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? Does that work? Oh, I don't know if I can next Saturday. We'll see. So this guy named Mikey J is a major bounty announcement. Absolute Grail is being added to my collection, and I'm not paying a cent for it, thanks to the utility of VeFriend. There will be 2 of these Gary V signed HoloCat cards. One will be in packs for the Spectacular series being released in early 2026, and one will be sent to me as a card holder of the Series 1 HoloCat NFT. The major announcement is that I am putting a $15,000 bounty to secure the second HoloCat Auto Super Sticker. If anyone pulls it and is willing to sell for 15K, you have a buyer. I've got 2 little girls, and I'd love to have one for each of them. That is great. We need to, like, Comics and Crypto does a fantastic job of setting bounties for a bunch of stuff. And I feel like that's what we need to build more hype and have more people pay big bounties. I'll be doing bounties for daCat, obviously. VeVe Meister, we have a little bit of, not drama here. VeVe Meister says, breaking, I just watched someone make a fresh VeVe account. As predicted some time ago, KYC is no more. Huzzah. I'll leave it to you to comment the implications, screenshots from the old days. Then it says, update, sent some OMI to my mate on Stacker. We bought gems. Buying both works in VeVe and Stacker. Selling is another story. In the screenshot, you can see that Stacker, what Stacker prompts if you try to sell in OMI, another prompt was simply delisted after a while. I think this is not the end of the story, if I'm not wrong, and you can't KYC in the native VeVe app. Also, you don't get prompted to connect to the VeVe web app, or do you, ? In order to KYC. And as many point out, KYC in the very last step on an exchange of your choice, crypto to fiat, should suffice, ? Let's see how this evolves with Stacker version 2.2. Stacker version 2, sorry. And that's the screenshot that you get. There's error 1 KYC needed to complete, so hopefully that works. President Trump says talks with Iran are going well and meaningful deal is needed. This is on the 19th of February. What are we on, 21st now? 1 second here. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says there's a 90% chance crypto market structure legislation will pass by April. Hang on. Oh my God, why is Telegram so slow to upload photos? Okay, I don't know what we're doing here. There we go. Okay, let me know. Yeah. KYC will be gone. So, well, you don't need it to do stuff on Stacker or VeVe, but you apparently still do need it to sell on Stacker, and I'm not sure why. That's just what you get. That's what you get when you let your heart win. That's what you get when you try to sell, according to VeVe Meister. Oh, so yeah, 90% chance crypto market structure legislation will pass in April. Now that's what he says, and the free market says something else. The free market says that the Clarity Act has a 72% chance of passing and signed into law, but in 2026, now there's only $100,000 in volume on that, so you know. We shall see. Also, I'm going to buy some more of these B-tier comics for under $1 here. Gotta love it when I do that. Oh, my hips. Oh, this doesn't feel good. Ow. Double L. And I own 40 of these things. How much of a top holder? 99. Dr. Fuse owns 2,100 of these. Dr. Fuse, why on earth do you own 2,100 of these Betsy Braddock? Like, that is insane, sir. That is bananas. BANANAS. There's this, hey, Randy, is new VeVe. All right, so let me check. So, Sleeping, freaking hero. Freaking love this man. I love this man like no man's ever loved another man before. That's a lie. That's a lie. But I do love him, though. Let me check. So on the, if you go to Sleepin Comics, Twitter, his X account, Sleepin. He just sleeping. He's so cute. Who's Marvel's next potential future breakout comic heroes? So you go and you click on the rank there, and I'm going to open, and it just says an error has occurred. Now, granted, I don't have a VPN, which apparently you might need. But yeah, once you do a little end of the click, it just says, sorry, an error has occurred, and I'm not sure why. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Also, I don't know why, but Sleepin', you have an ad that says for jeans and it's butt lifting technology. I don't know why they're showing me that on your post, but you know what? Maybe I'll get some. I don't know. But I have other stuff that I am looking to get, like more of these first appearance of Betsy Braddock, because apparently freaking Dr. Fuse has 2,100 of these. My good golly gosh. Should be the first post. I need my butt lift. All right, you know what? I'm gonna just go to the. I'm not gonna hyperlink from the X. I'm going to go, and I'm just gonna go because I always have your site open. We're gonna go home. The first thing is top Wolverine comics, which is great. We love Wolverine comics. All right, blogs, all latest posts. There's something from January 29th. There's Wolverine, top comics on VeVe, top Marvel villain comics. Happy New Year. I go to all. Yeah, it's not nothing. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, so go to the blog. And the blog. Last thing was seeing old content. Click refresh. Yeah, I did. Let me go back home. Yeah, all latest blog posts. So I'm gonna, and then, yeah, it's just, I'm not getting the posts, or I'm not getting the new posts. I mean, I see the other posts, and the other posts are pretty heckin' great. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get another one of these Betsy B tier comics for under $1. And maybe one day they are worth $2.50. I'll take a look later. Of course. Whenever you get the chance, no rush. Always gotta love Sleepin's content there. But let's take a look at, let's go to my vaults, because we bought enough of these now. I think I have like 45 of these heckin' things. Maybe not that much. I'm gonna go to my vaults and I'm gonna search comic covers, all prices, and see if there's anything good that I might have missed that I haven't in a little while. West Coast Avengers. So the West Coast Avengers, I don't think this is a very good at all. There is only 6,000 in circulation. And I think this is West Coast Avengers number 7. First appearance of Jeff the Landshark. And I love this little dude. If you play Marvel Rivals, dude is a beast. And he's just kind of a fan favorite. Again, I don't think these will ever be $10, but I own 29 of them because I love Jeff. Again, there are many other better things that will get you likely a better ROI than West Coast Avengers' first appearance of Jeff the Landshark. But I love the little dude, so I got 29 of them. Because I love him. Am I the biggest holder? No, there's no way I'm the biggest holder of that. Let me see. I'm number 3 though. Number 3. That's not bad. It's not bad. Not like Dr. Fuse with 2,100 of those freaking first appearance of Psylocke, which is insane. But like I said, I did get the Marvel Spotlight number 5. I have 32 of those now. Because again, on an A tier comic under $3, not too shabby. Avengers, Nova, got a couple Nova, Strange Tale. Okay, I'm sorry. We're gonna keep on going here. I also have 13 editions of the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Also not a good, probably not the best thing to buy for an ROI. But I love her, so I have 13 of her. Sentry. Sentry number 1, first appearance of Sentry. The reason why I have 13 of them. Like, I don't have a lot, right? I have a very small amount. It's like, okay, well, why do you have any? Because there's less than 1,300 of them, of the commons. So, you know, I got a few. I'm not even on the top 5. There is Bud Wade, Jimmy Free, Pilot 24H, Kilmster, and Goldrich that all have more than me. But again, it's $4 right now, $4.82. I think because of the market cap of this, $6,662, I think it could be $10. Because again, there's only 1272. So again, I got a bunch of these, I think, for like $3. It's 482 now, which is not, you know, a big bump, but I do think it goes higher. There's a bunch of fallen soldiers that I don't, you know, Death of Captain America, which is a good comics, but they're just not. I feel like nobody likes those. Let me see some other ones that I was buying here. This one, Avengers number 55, is first appearance of Ultron, and similar to Sentry, there's less than 1,200 of those. And Ultron is just so freaking cool. I love Ultron. I only have 8, and again, not in the top 5 hodlers there, because again, I only have 8. But a lot like Strange Tales, yeah, A-tier comic, you know. But there's 20,000 of those, 21,000 give or take. These Ultron, I don't even know where Sleepin has this. Maybe a C-tier comic. But there's less than 1,200 of them. So I do think that in the next couple years, you're going to have enough people that really like Ultron. You only need 1,200 people to like them that want the first appearance, that get the common cover. If we get 5,000 users, I feel like enough people will like him enough where they might buy him for $15, $20, you know, at least 10. So I got a few of them for like $3, $5 now, and I think it might go to 10. You know, so that's my thing. Let me see what else we got. What else do we got? Is this one even a? Oh, I know Sleepin's got this like a C-tier comic, but first appearance of Kitty Pryde. I like Kitty Pryde. $1.61. I don't think I got her because I like her. I don't know how good that'll be in the future. Oh, I'm back. Silver Surfer, Marauders, Marvel Spotlight, Strange Tales is another Strange Tales, Aliens vs. Avengers. I have a couple of those. Hey, what's up, Smart Pie? Saying by that. Strange Tales rares, I got $12. You know, so I got those. Those are cool. I got those, I think, at like $4 and $5. They're $12 now. The reason why I didn't go like too crazy with them is because at they're rares, but at $12, you know, you can get. Let me take a look at these here. Tales of Suspense number 39, I got for like 18. And the secret rares are $1,200. Tales of Suspense secret rares are like 200. So the, you know, I'd rather just get the common of Tales of Suspense. And I think Journey into Mystery, the common was $14. So I'd rather get a common Journey into Mystery 83, first appearance Thor, than get, you know, a Strange Tales rare. Because I think people would probably get a Journey into Mystery. And let's take a look here. Journey into Mystery number 83, common. Oh, $13 right now. That's 100,000 OMI though. It's a lot of OMI. It's only $13, and I'm buying a bunch of these things anyway. So I'm gonna get one. Now, why would you get Journey into Mystery number 83, you know, for $13. When you're buying a bunch of these A tier comics for like $2 and $3. Well, I'll show you. We go to Journey into Mystery, number 83, Secret Rare. It's like $1,200. So that's a big 1197 divided by 1340. That's an 89x multiple. So I think that eventually, and dude, freaking, oh my God, I didn't even notice this. 250 in circulation. Mr. Squeebs has 32 of those. What the heck? Reese Rose got 10. Pilot's got 3. Mr. 41's got 3. Virtual World's got 2. That is bananas. Oh my goodness. Oh my good golly gosh. That is insane. Okay, let me go back to the common. Can I get more of the common here? That's $14. Should I? I only have 2 of these? Oh, I'm about to get a third one. Okay, very good, very good. But also they will be used in games. I hope so. I hope so. I hope they be used in games. But do we know? Ow! Oh my gosh, my shoulder. Ooh. Ooh, sorry, my shoulders. Ugh. I'm fat, old. I gotta. I'll shave again, and I'll look closer to my age. Do you still have alligator Lokis? 1 second here. 1 second. No fighting. No fighting. What is that you see? 201 common alligator Lokis. Why? Because he's awesome. I love him. He's my little gator buddy. Love that little dude. He's so cool. There were so many of him, guys. Do not get. There's 9,800 of those things. I have the most. I love them. They're great. But yeah, that's a lot. Gators. I mean, Foster already hinted. I'm sure they're gonna want to use them. You know, so again, let's go to the VeVe app and I'll. You know, I still have 1,100 collectibles, so it's not like my back. So and I have 1,100 collectibles. It's not like I have none. But again, like 17-18% are alligator Lokis. Also, look at that floating head. That's so cool. That's so cool. And then the David and Dan on the horse is pretty dope as well. Oh yeah, I also got a bunch of predators. Look at that. Look at them. Freaking dope, yo. What's that? As are the calculator. Got the ultra rare Tefral, the surveyor, and then I got a partner statue. I got 2 partner statues. I should have got more when they were like $800. They're not. Yeah, I love those alligators. My favorite still Iron Man animated. He's so dope, bro. He's so cool. He's got to be so much freaking money though. Am I tripping here? Oh, okay, here we go. How many of him were there? Yeah, it's 3,500 of them. Who's got 71 of those? That's bananas. Oh, bro, you got 31. Yo, that's so cool. Yeah, more than Rolex. That was a flex. Yeah, 30 doll hairs. Oh, and he's so dope. Yeah. That one's really cool. That one's really fun to play with. And again, like, who's not gonna want that? You know, we have 5,000 users. A bunch of them are gonna, yeah, a bunch of them are gonna want him. I say by the end of at some point this year we double our users because again we got 100 new users this week. We got 1,000 last week, which was insane. But I think that was because of the orange cloud news, and people were like, "Oh, let me check out VeVe." And you do have older people coming back, and they kind of know what to buy, and they just like they take a look at the discounts on these things. They're like, "Yep, I'm going to be buying heavy here." And again, these collectibles and comics are about to be interoperable. So yeah. Oh, on the description, they took out Playboy. It's supposed to be genius, billionaire, Playboy, philanthropist, but they took out the Playboy. How rude. How heckin' rude. Anyway, let's go. Oh no, I X'd out of the news. Where were we? Yeah, that Boba Fett. You even had a Comics and Crypto post about how the Boba Fett sold for 69 million OMI, which is nuts. U.S. trade deficit with China falls to lowest level in over 20 years. I just one more time, like 69 million. We're coming nice down below 69, and Boba Fett 9,400. That is amazing. Good for them. Good for the Boba. I'm very happy for him. Very, very happy for him. And again, that looks good to the community. That looks good for the community. Binance stablecoin reserves surpassed 45 billion, now holding 65% of all stablecoins on centralized exchanges. That is nuts. Prince Andrew arrested over misconduct in the Epstein files. AI disruption will hit sooner than most expect, according to Matt Schumer. AI progress improved slowly in 2025 and surged February 2026 when two major labs released new models on the same day. Most AI insiders put major white-collar impact with 1 to 5 years, not decades. Seismic societal change is looming, but only a small faction is paying attention. Matt Schumer is CEO of Other Side AI. My goal moments, as many as you can, not financial advice. I have two partners, and if golden moments take off, partner statue is the scarcest one. Let me take a look. Oh. Yeah, partner statues, two sell every 3 days. It's $1,100. I should have got more when there was like $850. I didn't. I messed up. Todd's one sell every, pretty much 1 to 2 sell a day, more towards 2, almost 2 a day. 345. They're very, very liquid. Spider-Man Secret Rare, about 1 every 4 days, 2,400 right now. VeVe Gold logo, a couple sell per month, $4,200. Yeah, those are dope. I think the gold logos go crazy because, especially if once people figure out that you can talk to David a few times a year for free. I mean, with those, which is basically for free. Again, we're about to go from, you have your millionaires here, that are in this hobby, and that's cool. They know what they're doing. They know what they're about. They know the value of that. But the majority of people on here that just they buy a comic here and there, they buy whatever. That are just I can go to a con and kind of talk to David, if I'm lucky to see him, right? Yeah, and 4,500 is like a mortgage payment, right? Like for a lot of people, and they don't want to spend that on a collectible just to be, because then you have to buy plane tickets and get a hotel and tickets to the convention, and it winds up costing you a bit more than just the collectible to toss to David. But these hedgies and these ETFs with their unlimited expense account will buy those to be able to toss David multiple times a year, just guaranteed. And it's just, oh God, nobody's ready for VeVe to go public. And when that narrative comes back, because The gold logo has never been in a bull market. Most of these collectibles have not been in a bull market. Ugh. But they will. You'll see. You'll see. And you'll see what happens. And I think gold logo goes crazy. Bid to collect as a 1 of 1 by Frank Thorne. This is Dynamite Comics. Iconic, powerful artwork of Red Sonja. Clarissa's photo is so top tier. That is just, oh my God, 10 out of 10. Plus 10 Clarissa. U.S. Treasury just bought back $1.5 billion of its own debt. Very good. Very good. I'm going to go back to my vault here and see what else we got. Barack Obama said aliens are real. Trump says he's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake giving out classified information. And then Trump went out and just like, you know what? Yeah, we're going to declassify all this information. What do we got here? Empire State Building. Tonight, shining in red, white, and blue to celebrate the U.S. women's hockey team Olympics gold medal, defeating Canada 2-1 in overtime of the 2026 Milan Cortina Games, bringing home its first gold since 2018. Get that bread. Dude, Secretary of War benches 315. I would have never guessed that. I would have never guessed. White House pressures banks to agree to stablecoin rewards and advance the crypto market structure bill. Please, please pass the bill. Please don't make us wait till like June. Pass it and we'll pass as soon as you can, but April, hope. And yeah, Trump orders the government to release classified files on aliens, UFOs, extraterrestrial life, and unidentified aerial phenomenon. Let's go. Why did you sell it for one collection? Why selling the trophy? Fantastic Four 1. I don't think I did sell my Fantastic Four 1 collection. Give me a sec to go on, see what my listings are. Okay. I've got a couple things for sale, but I am not seeing a Fantastic Four 1 collection. The VeVe trophy is just because like I spent a bit. I spent a lot on comics recently, and that's one of the things that's like, you know, it can get like 4 million OMI back, and like I want a bunch of OMI. Yeah, it's a pride thing, but I have the physical. So the physical I have, and that'll probably, I mean, the physical has my name on it. He sold a few months before Fantastic Four 1. Okay, if it's Fantastic Four #1, I don't know if I remember having those because those are expensive. You're talking about the comics? Yeah, I don't know if I really remember the Fantastic Four #1s. Because again, I wouldn't. I'm trying to think of if I were to ever buy them. Like, I'm sure I got some on the drop, and I don't remember selling them. I remember selling. Oh, okay, okay. I had the commons, right? Yeah, okay. It was. I had gotten those because I had a bunch of gems, and I didn't want to cash out. Because I didn't want to, you know, cost, you know, VeVe money. So I bought a bunch of those commons. And then I just converted it into OMI. Because I think I bought, I might have actually lost a little money on them because I think I bought them for around $6 and I think I sold them for like $5. So I did wind up losing a bit of money on that, maybe like 20%. I don't know how I don't think I had that much. I think I had like 30 comics maybe. And I had this one guy that he's just like, hey, can I buy them? I was like, sure, you know, I'll take the OMI. Yeah, I probably should have kept those. I just didn't. Those are keepers. Yeah, yeah. What are they now? They're probably who is that? My low key. Who is that? Question mark. Because I don't know. Let's take a look. Fantastic Four #1. Did I buy the #1s or #5s? I feel like I might have had the #5s, but either way. Okay, yeah, they're $7 now. Yeah, so I bought them for 6. I think I sold them for like 5.50. They're 7. So yeah, I should have kept them. There's so many editions. But again, that's the number. Fantastic Four #5. Those are $4. Interesting. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. You're right. Should have kept them. Oh, VeVe Con NFT. He benches 315 also. Epic bench. Oh God. So I just hold on. We got to shout out to VeVe NFT Comics. Tip the hat because dude apparently also benches 315, and that guys, as someone that grew up boxing, and I never, you know, I obviously started lifting weights at some point. It's one thing to be able to, you know, go like be super fast and you know that, you know, speed plus power or speed plus accelerate. You know, you get, oh God, you can do a lot with speed, but to have that power, 315 is so much. Like just be advised when you start working out, if you're like an average dude, you could probably bench like 135. You know, you could like if you're like 6, you should be able to bench your body weight, right? Like if you're like 16 and you're like 150, you should be able to bench 135. And then as you start working out, as you start building a little bit of muscle, it's like, okay, let me see what I can bench. Let me see what I and you really like when you get older, when you're like my age, you really like shouldn't max out because you know your joints, your car like that. You know, I and my whole body's messed up, but I'd say if you go to the gym casually and you could bench your body weight, let's say like 185, you're benching 185, it's not bad. Like, you know, keep it up. 225 is hard. That's 2 plates. That generally is what's accepted. Like if you're at the gym and you could bench 225, like, okay, this guy works out. Good for him. Like that's hard. I don't think 1% of people in the world can do that. Let me. I'm sure there's a statistic here. What percentage of men can bench 225? Estimated that between 0.5% to 1% of the general population can bench 225. Okay, for clean rep. Among regular male gym goers, this number is higher. with some estimates suggesting that fewer than 10% can achieve this feat, making a significant milestone for most lifters. So again, 225 is hard. And that's 2 plates. The bar is 45 pounds, and each plate is 45 pounds. So, 2 plates is 135, or 1 plate on each side is 135. 2 plates is 225, and that's hard. It took me until I was in the military to bench that. Yeah, I think it took me till I was in the military to bench that. And then it wasn't until I deployed before, my max was 265. And I was a beefy dude. When I was deployment Chavez was beefy. I started at 173. I ended the deployment at like 190-ish. And that was very, very strong Chavez. So 265, I was able to do, but that was very hard. 315 is nuts. 315 pounds is a lot of weight. Again, if less than 1% of the world can bench only 225, which is hard, 315 is just, oh my God, that is, again, I've never been able to do that. And I was a very beefy dude. Now I would say I haven't tried it in a while. I could still probably do, I would say 235. With the spot, maybe like 240, but 260, like that extra 25, like when you get to that weight, an extra like 2 pounds is like a lot, Says, are you going to integrate the Cat token into the comic ecosystem? Yeah. So when the Cat, let me take the sweatshirt off. All right, here we go. Can integrate the Cat. Yeah, so a portion of the profits that we get from the Cat Chronicles will go into buying the token. Not just the Cat. Like we're going to be buying. Like we already have a reserve of the Cat, OMI, and DEVVE, and we're going to get more. And we're going to put Definity on there too, because Definity at these prices. So how the Cat Chronicles is going to look is going to look amazing. The comic sales, the physical and the digital, will be great. And again, a portion of the profits are going to go back. And guys, I'm not taking a salary. Like this is all, like I will eventually, but I wrote this all like for nothing. Like this is, I got the tattoo. Like this is a very big deal for me. And again, we raised money last year at 150K valuation. We'll raise money this year at a higher valuation, and we're going to use that to print the comic, and the profits are going to go to, some of them are going to go to buybacks of the token. We're obviously going to, because again, we want that treasury, and it's going to go up really, really high. So we are going to do that, and there's going to be airdrops for people that buy the comic, that stack the comic, get certain mint numbers. We're going to just give out the token. We might give out USDC, but we want to give out some of the token as well. $6, my max benching. Yeah, max benching is bad. You shouldn't try it often. Usually just do 225 for 12 reps. My God. What is the max reps I've done at 225? I know I've done 3. I might have been able to do 5 at my peak. I think I was able to do 5 reps at my peak of 225. So yeah, and when you do that, it's like, 10 pounds, like, okay, we can do another 10 pounds. So yeah, 265 was my heaviest, or that was my heaviest bench. I was only like 196. Like I've been up to 209 before. I'm probably 190 something now. I'm kind of chunky. And it says ease fake ways. I mean, I don't think he did. I don't think he used fake weights. Like, I think he used real weights because he looks like he's not scrawny. And again, the dudes were hyped. So I don't. I mean, maybe he did, maybe, but I don't know. The dudes looked hyped though. Like everyone's like, oh. And again, it can be done. So I was okay that you were making investment in other company or daCat, but these are long term. Any plans for business that gives daily income, like flipping or Pokemon or anything else? Okay, that you were making investment in another company or daCat. Well, daCat Chronicles is my IP. Like that's mine. 95%. The other 5%, again, we raised money last year just so we could like finish the comic. We'll raise money this year so we can print it. And then again, so that's going to be the revenues that come, is both digital and the physical. But those are long terms. Any plans for a business that gives daily income, like flip? It's not going to be the sexiest thing, because listen, like I've done in 2019, 2020, I was working 100 hours. Maybe like 80 to 90 hours a week. There were weeks where I was working 100-hour weeks. Because so I would get up, I would do 2 YouTube videos, I would go to the gym, I would take my I would take the Pokemon cards that I had packaged up the night before, and then I'd bring them to the post office. I go to the post office, I send out those cards. I message the guys on eBay like, hey, here's your tracking. I'd go into work at the high risk lending business, like 9:15 to 9:30 to like 6. I would do 2 videos there. Like I would record 2 videos there. Then I would print out the labels of the Pokemon cards that had sold on eBay that day. So I'd print out the labels. Then I would go home. I would cut up cardboard. I would take the Pokemon cards that sold, put them in the cardboard, tape them up, bubble wrap, put them in a mailer, or just head to the post office the next day for a mailer. I would put the thing on, the label. I would then say like, okay, some stuff sold. Now some stuff needs to get listed. I would take pictures, 4 pictures of the 2 of the front, 2 of the back, 1 straight on, 1 at an angle, for both the front and the back. I would upload those to eBay. And I would do that. It's like, and I would do that till late. So I would get back home, or this is at home, and then I would do 2 more videos there, and I would upload them in the morning, because I had done 2 videos that night at work that I would upload, and I would upload 2. So I was doing 4 videos a day. One was on Tesla, one was on, well, back in the day, one was on Pokemon sales data, one was on Tesla, one was on like politics, and then one was on like something else. And then when I got into Earth2, it would be Pokemon, Tesla, Earth2, and then something like politics. And then it would be, and then obviously we got to VeVe and OMI in 2021. But so listen, like the grind of doing that flipping, like buying and selling Pokemon cards, was insane. Like that, and I will do it now with daCat, because daCat is like, I can grow, like buying and selling Pokemon cards is great for flipping, but and again, going on eBay and looking at the algorithms and making charts in my head is like, okay, here's what the PSA 10 and the 9 goes for, and that's what I'm doing now with the comics. But that doesn't help build my own brand. It did when I talked about it on YouTube. I was able to get partnered, but that makes that's cool for the Pokemon company. That doesn't build my own brand. If I do it with daCat, then I build my own brand. And like when I raise money this year, I'll raise money for daCat at in the 6 figures. Again, I did last year. We'll do more this year. Because what's your DEVVE goal? How many tokens? Thank you for the super chat. Sorry, I just everyone messages me all at once. How many tokens? I mean, I guess 1 million would be the goal, right? I have 180,000 tokens. I should get so freaking much. I should get a lot of tokens. But I've just put so much in already, and it's just a fraction of what it was. So I have to. Yeah, it's hard. I guess the goal is 1 million, because this when this hits, when this takes off, it's gonna go $10. I mean 100x right now gets to 5. Like this is gonna go so freaking hard. But like we don't know when. Like again, Bitcoin and ETH are probably going to continue to go lower for the next few months, or it's already gone. Maybe just go sideways and down. But that's a big deal. I don't want to buy a ton more right now, and then in 2 months alts are down another 50% because Bitcoin and ETH are down 30%. So that's where I'm getting, like, I'll buy more. Definity, DEVVE, OMI, daCat, FIAS, I will buy more, but it's going to be at a very slow rate for right now. If we see Bitcoin and ETH do another 30% dip, and alts do that same or 50%, then I go ham. Then I go super hardcore. Okay. All right. We got VeVe NFT comics. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my God, 7. This is easy. 8 was at 9. These are like half reps here. This is not locking out, which you shouldn't really lock out, but that's still bananas. Oh my God. That is not, I mean, that's easy for you. That is not easy for me. Epic. I can still probably do that for 2 reps, maybe. I'll let you know. When can I do? I don't even know. Could try to go to the gym tomorrow, and I'll try to max out. I'll let y'all know tomorrow. Yeah, so a business that gets daily income is, I mean, with daCat, I will get daily income because things are going to sell every day, especially if I have 3,000 physical comics, so they'll sell every day. But again, that's got to go to, you know, like the profit's got to go somewhere, you know. And again, I'm not taking a salary right now. When daCat gets bigger, I will. But you know, at 150K valuation from last year, there's no way I can take a salary for it, especially when there's no money coming. But that does change this year. I'll let you guys know. And again, I want the business to be successful. I want it to grow. So, and this is what I do. I'm very good at helping, like DMA Link. That's not my company. I own shares in it. but I'm very, very good at helping small businesses go from nothing to, well, not nothing, but yeah, I'm very, like, again, the YouTube channel, been great. DaCat, I think, will do really well. And again, the other companies that I've helped work with, and I've just helped out, Bloomsbury, and now hopefully another one or two. Gonna be good. Are we going to quad zero? If Bitcoin and ETH go down 30, 50%, then yes. And then who are the top right peeps? Is that the Temu version? Meow, meow, meow. Baby Vez is what up? I have 7K comics. What are you most hodling? What are you most buying? Like what's your biggest thing? Your biggest bags? Dude, Wes is such a hater. Wes like, you're not benching 315, bro. Like, Wes, how do you like I don't know, like, what is Wes trying to base his class? Yeah, he's not. Yeah, I think Wes is just a professional hater. Like, says maxing out wise, I admit I normally keep it 225, do 10, 15 reps. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'll try to get it back at some point. Yeah, what are you buying? What are you hodling? My vault here. My biggest, the one I have the most of, Strange Tales. 110. There's 214 of those, and I have Vengeance #1. That's first appearance, America Chavez, because you know, gotta love Chavez, right? Gotta love anyone named Chavez. So I have 200 of those. They're $9 now. Like, I don't think they should be $9. I mean, they probably will eventually, but I don't know if anyone's really selling for that. Then Kamala Khan, all new Marvel 9.1s, 88 of those. I have 62 Night Nurses because I got them for like 60, 70 cents. Silver Surfer #3, first appearance of Mephisto, I got for like $3 each, $6 now. New Mutants annual, I've been buying a bunch of these because, you know, it's first appearance Psylocke, which I know like nobody knows, right? Like nobody knows who Psylocke is. But it's a B tier comic and it's 93 cents. It's like 96 when you know, for the fees, but so I just been buying a bunch. And then a lot of the other ones are now Tales of Suspense. So this is where it gets hard, because Tales of Suspense, first appearance Hawkeye, this is number 52. I'm sorry, 57? 52? Oh god, I don't know which one this is. One of them is, does it say? Hold on, I got this. We can go to VeVe rank, and we can go to his comic tier list. Go to the B tier comic. What the heck is the T? 57 is Hawkeye, 52 is Black Widow. So it's a B tier comic. We know him, we love him, he's great. And you know, 21,000 of these editions, so there's a lot. And why I'm not really buying a ton of because I was buying these at 84 cents. A B tier comic like this for under $1, stacking them at 84 cents was great. And now they're almost double. It's like $1. And this is still not bad a price. Like, this is still like, I don't think you lose any money on the stacking this for $1.59, right? $1.62 or 65, whatever, you know, based on fees. Does this go to $20 by the end of this year? Probably not. But can this go to like $5 or $10 by the end of this year? I think it can. Like, again, the S tier comics have moved. All of the F tier comics have moved. The A's are starting to. And eventually, after the A tiers have moved, now maybe money flows back into the S tier, and the S tier goes even crazier. But I can't believe that some money won't come into the B tier comics. And again, they already have. I bought a bunch of them. I have like 50. I have 25 that I got at 84 cents each. Now they are $1.60, which again, anyone coming in and be like, bro, that's still cheap as fuck. Market cap 65,000 for these, right? Yeah, you're right. Are you discouraged by crypto at all? Or are you pretty resilient? Thank you for the super chat. So it's not fun to put in, a bunch of money and to have it. Give me 1 sec. Sorry about that. Give me 1 sec. Amazing. Okay. Again, it's not fun to put in $700,000 and see it worth nothing. But at the same time, that's why, again, most people don't make it in investing in general, is because they give up, they sell out, they do whatever. But for me, keep that DCA. Because again, I don't buy shit. I only invest in things that have real use cases. The owners are like, I'm not buying shit coins, right? Owners are all docs. These are legit businesses. And again, when you have like VeVe, that's just the clear winner of digital collectibles. When you have Definity, that is just a cash cow. And then you have DEVVE, it's the best, it's the fastest blockchain in the world. It's the best tech. And FIAS, which is going to be one of the most easily fundable things in the world, is building on the DEVX blockchain. Those four, like, am I Hugh Jackman, the greatest showman? Because it's everything you ever want, it's everything you ever need, and it's here right in front of you. Yeah, of course I'll be buying. I'm like gassing myself out and buying more. And then if you want to support a project that you know who he is for half a decade now, that what he's doing, like again, it's gonna be 85 pages. Like, go in and pre-order daCat. Pre-order, buy the stuff. We're gonna do it for $10 a comic, or if you do the where's the notes? Yeah. Oh God, wrong notes. There are people, notes, streams. Where the heck is the daCat stuff? We're gonna have the 1 of 20 comics. Right now, the people that got it at, I don't remember how much I said it could have been. I think it was $150 per. Will Kiefer, Mr. Rolex, a guy named Bronk, Bill Gardner, and Guido. They got they're gonna get a 1 of 20. And I think, and the rest are going to be 200, because they were the first ones to go in, and so if you want to, again, the other four that I mentioned, I have all of my crypto holdings in them, minus some daCat, because I have daCat as well. Because if I'm gonna build this brand to be a multi-million-dollar brand, then the token is probably going to do really well, especially when the contracts are announced. So like, there's no rugging. Like, you can't, like, where's the cat? Yeah. There's $200,000 in liquidity here, And it's not like it's like, oh, all right, is it like $10,000 into Cat and no, it's $103,000 into Cat and $103,000 in Ethereum, and that is locked. Like they're like nobody can take that. It's locked for like 997 years. No one can take that out in any of our lifetimes or even our great grandchildren's lifetimes. Technology gets to a point, people can live forever. You know, who knows? My back. So I mean, when I put the Cat to like, yeah, the token. I mean, the token's like $700,000 market cap, pretty low, right? But ETH will take it up just because it's paired with it. When you have $100,000 in ETH, sitting in a locked liquidity pool, when ETH doubles, is going to double just from that. But yeah, like again, the companies behind it, they're on fire. So I mean, I think I'm still pretty resilient because I know where all of this is headed. And did I think it would happen already? Yeah, I'm sure it would have happened already. Either I'm one of the guys or he's one of the girls. What? I feel like you're. Hey everyone. Bro, the NFT guy, he's so jacked. He's so yoked, bro. Man, 315, maybe one. I don't think I can. I think my joints are a little too not good anymore. You don't think someone mentioned 225 that many times to do 315 once? So. Yeah, I either Wes is just trolling or he's just. I mean, I've seen him before. I think it's. Wes, I saw that. Oh my god, that is hysterical. I just gotta go to his replies real quick. So you see that VeVe NFT comics, like he posts about like he's kind of yoked, right? Who quoted that? And then it was Wes. I guess Wes didn't, unless you just go to his page. Break VeVe comics can bench press 350. Oh, it's hysterical. Jesus. Anyway, but yeah, I'd say it's pretty resilient, or I'm pretty resilient at it. Keep on DCAing. Meow meow meow. Meow 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 meow. All right, let's go back to some news before I keep spending money on these. Yeah, again, after Trump said that, what did I say? Back in January. This is not me. This is Douglas McGregor saying, breaking, Bank of England is told to prepare for a market crash if the United States announces alien life. Helen McCaw, who served as senior analyst of financial security at the UK Central Bank, sounded the alarm. He has now written to Andrew Bailey, the bank's governor, urging him to organize contingencies for the possibility that the White House may confirm we are not alone in the universe. Everyone was laughing. No one's laughing anymore. Rocket Power, Hey Arnold, what's better? Oh my God. So first off, I like Hey Arnold probably more, but bro, that intro song of Rocket Power, we are riders on a mission. I like that slaps so hard. Been live for 2 hours, bro. The Rocket Power theme song, especially in like the second version of it, but they had Tony Hawk as a guest star. Like, oh my God, they had. Oh God, that is so freaking. Hey Arnold's better, but oh my God, Rocket Power got you pumped. That was such a good show. I got to give some love to Rocket Power here, which we could get on VeVe, Paramount, right? Tito was cool. Squid. So Sam, the squid, comes into town, California, and he's like, "Bro, it's like Twister's like, bro, it's 90 degrees. You know, you're out in jeans." He's like, "I haven't unpacked my shorts yet." He never unpacks his shorts. He's just in jeans the whole time. And it turns out he's a wicked good goalie. And it's just like freaking Jediing that shit. Oh my god, it's so good, right? They had such good episodes. They had the villains. They had Twister's older brother, Lars, and his goons. Um, the Waikiki Kamukau tournament. It was like an invite. Otto gets called to like compete, and if it weren't for cheating and weren't for other stuff, Otto would have won every event. But because of cheating and other stuff, he doesn't. I don't know if he still. I think he still wins anyway. Reggie's awesome. The sister is. I don't know why they call their dad Raymundo, but he's really cool. Tito's really cool. Twister's Conrad was cool. Like that was just such a fun show. And I don't remember there being really too many. I don't remember there being too many bad episodes. I liked them all. Like the perpetual motion device, like when they had to build the strongest sandcastle, and then Lars comes in at the end and helping to hold the surfboards against the waves that are coming in so that they can what do you call it? So they can like the judges have enough time to go judge before the tide comes in and destroys it. Otto trying to surf in like a monsoon is like, haven't you ever heard of the eye of the storm? What do they teach you kids in schools nowadays? You know, some good quotes there. There's some, but hey, Arnold. Oh my God. I can't tell you the last time I watched a Rocket Power episode. It was probably 20 plus years ago. But Hey Arnold, there's still episodes of Hey Arnold that I watch every year. The most recent one I watched back in November. I watched every Veterans Day because Gerald's dad and Arnold's grandpa were both in the army. Different wars, but they were both in the army. And freaking Phil tells this story about how he was in enemy territory, and one of the girls that he stayed with like comes into the barn, and it gets hot and spicy, and then Gerald's dad's like, "Oh, Phil, maybe we should, tell the story later without the kids." Like, "Oh yeah, sorry." But yeah, the Veterans Day episode, they found they found Gerald's dad's name on the wall, and there was a statue of Steely Phil. The Veterans Day episode was really cool to me. That meant, I mean, back in the day, it was still a cool story. But obviously, being a veteran now, that means a lot. And then the other thing that I watch every year is the Halloween episode where they go in, and I didn't see this on TV that much, but they go in and it's like a full episode. It's not like 2 11-minute episodes. It's like a 20-something minute episode, and they're watching this guy on TV who's like, and next week we might have actual evidence of aliens. And it's supposed to be like this thing where kind of like the National Enquirer, things that like not real news, pseudoscience, whatever, but everyone's watching it, and Grandpa's like, "All right, time to turn it off." And then they're getting ready for like the Halloween party, and Arnold's like, "Can me and Gerald help out this year?" And Grandma's like, "Listen, Arnold, Halloween is a serious business and it's not meant for kids." And like, that was so good. So him and Gerald decide to play a prank. We're like, "All right, we're gonna go hack into like the radio system somehow, and we're gonna pretend that aliens are coming down." And it's just a prank that he was supposed to just pull in the boarding house. And his kids, or his friends from PS 118, they're all a bunch of fourth graders. They dress up as aliens, and they're about to, contact the boarding house, and then a cameraman, like the radio show gets picked up by like bigger radio stations, and the entire city's in panic. And it's and Principal Wars is about to buy like chocolates to offer the aliens, such a pussy. And Big Bob Pataki comes in with his like recon unit and freaking what's the Jewish guy's name? Mr. Green, the butcher. They pick up Warts and there's just like, all right, come on, Warts, we're gonna fight these aliens. And Warts is like, yes, go humans, go, fight, fight, fight. I've only seen this episode a couple times, but I watch it every year now. It's so good. That episode, Hey Arnold, he said, was when the fifth graders were trash. Oh, dude, this is so good. Was it called Garbage Day? I forget what the episode was called, but yeah, on like the first Monday of the school year, or the last Monday of the school year, on Garbage Day, the fifth graders take the fourth graders and they chuck them into garbage cans. And they have to, they hide, on the, they have to try to make their way home without getting trash canned. And spoilers, at the end, the fifth graders get them. Like they're picking off. It's like a horror movie. They're picking off all these fourth graders one by one by one. They trust this little kid who says he's a third grader, but then he's actually just a really small fifth grader. He's like, what the heck? And then they get betrayed, and then Arnold and Gerald get thrown in the trash can. They get thrown down a hill, and it's like, ah. And then at the end, they're like, wasn't that bad. And then they get out, and then these third graders is like, yeah, you guys got trash canned. And Gerald's like, oh, yeah, you wait until next year when it's your turn. And the kids are like, you're not going to really do that to us, are you? And Arnold and Gerald look at each other like, nah. And then you would think, especially nowadays, you would think that the episode would end on just like, yeah, we got to break these bad cycles, like the therapy talk, like, end the generational trauma. I'm not a fan of therapy. I've never gone, but I've seen episodes of Gilmore Girls and The Office, and it just looks like a bunch of hoopla, right? But it seems like a lot of that new age is like, oh yeah, end the generational trauma, cut off, the traumatic past. But that's not the lesson of the cartoon. They leave it open-ended where they're like, maybe we should keep up the tradition. Like it's tradition, and it wasn't that bad. It's like a rite of passage. Like they leave it open-ended where you don't know if they're going to do that next year or not. And I'd like to think that they do. I'd like to think that, because at the end of the day, like, they're not really hurting the kids. But maybe I'll close a little bit, but they're not like beating the crap out of them, which there are a lot of episodes where people get the crap beat out of them. Oh God, Helga just got like her shit rocked when Big Patty just, oh my God, oh, so bad. Anyway, Helga she has so much of my sympathies throughout that entire show. But yeah, I really like that the lesson wasn't end the generational trauma, break the cycle, but the lesson was, hey, you worried about this for so long, and it's a really fun episode. But the lesson is not to break the cycle. The lesson is to say like, oh, it wasn't that bad. This thing that you were dreading, yeah, it wasn't fun, but it wasn't that bad. And now you have a cool story to tell. And yeah, keep that going. Anyway, Devil Kyle says, remember how they hid in that one area eating candy? Jay thought they were safe. Yeah, because the supposed third grader, Mickey, maybe he was a third grader and just sold him out, or he's just a small fifth grader. I forget. Wolfgang rips the door off, and everyone's like, they were having therapy sessions in the. Helga was treating Harold. Harold's like, and then he picked me up, and then he trashed me. And Helga's like, yeah, get over it, you big crybaby. Freaking love Helga so much. Love her so much. That's another episode I really like, is Helga on the couch. It's a 30-minute episode, or it's 2 episodes, like 20-something minutes. And you see that Helga doesn't have the best home life. Her dad is well, her mom's a drunk, right? Like her mom is like not all there. She's making smoothies. She's a drunk. Um, so her mom's kind of useless. She winds up having to be like the adult woman of the house, and the dad is like big business. He's got a beeper emporium or a beeper empire. He's just a workaholic. He works a lot, and when he's home, he's like had a rough day. He drinks a Yahoo soda. He watches the boob tube. He reads his paper. He kind of ignores Helga, and he even calls Helga Olga, because Olga was like the big sister that she's super pretty, she's super talented, musically inclined, like Bob. She's playing I forget what she's playing. She's playing a pretty impressive piece. And then Bob's like, oh, you should hear her play Beethoven. It's like, anyway, it's like, I got the joke, but it still pissed me off, mispronounce Beethoven like that. You have him like, she was like the perfect daughter. Again, super smart, super pretty, super talented. She wants to get taken advantage of by this one dude, and there's a couple episodes where they the girls come together, but Helga's kind of jealous. She's younger, she's not as pretty, she's not as talented. She's very intelligent though. She's very, very smart. She's very poetically gifted. Her writing is just incredible. Like some of the things that come out of her mouth is like, oh my god, that was beautiful. She calls she calls Mr. Simmons. Oh no, it was Curly. They did like a school shooter episode. We'll get to that. So Helga on the couch, you kind of learn that she's had a bit of a rough life, even more so than we've been led to believe. And the one constant source of positivity is Arnold. And she opens up for probably because like I don't think she's like the big boss girl around Phoebe, but she's never opened up, and then she opens up and she just I'm glad that there was a confident, competent woman that Helga had opened up to, and it wasn't because like you could open up to the wrong person, but I'm glad that Helga did that. Oh yeah, their version of the school shooter episode was when so Curly's a little bit of a crazy person, right? Like he's the weird one that like he would shoot up the school, and for some reason he just wants to be ball monitor, and Mr. Simmons, who he calls Granola Boy because he's about love and peace and new age, call him Granola Boy. It's hysterical. He turns out to be gay in the movie, which I thought was like, okay, you're gonna have a gay character. Yeah, probably would be Mr. Simmons. So Mr. Simmons is supposed to make Curly ball monitor this week, and he doesn't. He makes like Sid or someone else ball monitor, and then Curly snaps, and he takes the balls. He takes like the kick balls, like the rubber balls, hit people with, and he brings them into the principal's office. And and he locks himself in there. And Warts is like, "Oh, you open this door right now!" Curly just smacks him with the balls. Like, what the heck? And he's like, "I got a bunch of balls in here." I don't know the actual dialogue. Like, I got a bunch of balls in here. I'm not afraid to use them. So he's holed up in the principal's office, and Warts is like, "What are your demands?" He's like, "I want 2 subs and a Yahoo soda from someone I can trust, from Arnold." And he's like, "Me?" And then fucking Gerald, without missing a beat, he's like, "Congratulations." That was so good. And then again, he calls Mr. Simmons Granola Boy, and that made me laugh. So every time I watch it, I laugh. They go into, he gets him in, and then he pulls Arnold in. He goes to, what is it? He's like, all right, we need Simmons in. So they bring in Simmons, and Curly calmly shows him like, hey, I was supposed to be ball monitor this week. And Mr. Simmons like, you know what, Curly, you're right. You were supposed to be ball monitor this week. I was wrong. And I really like it when adults admit that they're wrong. because when I was growing up, that did not, even when they were wrong and I knew they were wrong, just the people that I grew up with, unfortunately, never admitted they were wrong. They were not charitable. They were not, it was not. One of the episodes of the Christmas episode, Mr. Huynh, and Helga gets gifted a pair of Nancy Spumoni snow boots. And that's the thing that this tax auditor guy needs, whatever he needs, in order to help Helga find Mr. Huynn's daughter. And I remember seeing that episode. She gets the Nancy Spumoni snow boots that she really wants as a gift, but she gives it to this guy so that Mr. Huynh can find his daughter. And I think any good person would want to do that as well. Because fuck, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to reunite a man and his daughter that were torn apart by war? He hasn't seen her in 15, 20 years, you know, however old he is, maybe 20, 30 years, however long, you know, we don't know how old she was. But I remember in that episode thinking, yeah, if I were to do that, I'd get in trouble, because I was like very charitable when I'm still charitable, but and so yeah, I really like it when adults admit that they're wrong, you know, to kids. Devil Cows, Rocket Power Slam Castle. Yeah, bro, that was so good. Perpetual motion device, and they give the winner to this little girl, and it's like, what? She made this little tiny dinky thing because everyone else was building like this art, and this little girl wins. Like, okay, like you did it because she's like 5, and Raymuna's like, no, we had to do it. She built the only sandcastle, and this is a sandcastle competition, and nobody else built that. They built beautiful pieces of art, but it's not a sandcastle. She built, and so I thought that was really cool. I thought that they didn't give it to her. They didn't give her that award because, you know, she was a kid. They gave it to her because like she earned it.
Who was at the White House this morning?
President Trump will attack Iran on Monday or Tuesday, according to ex-CIA officer John Kirikow. Here's the same person who was imprisoned in 2012 for revealing CIA torture details. Damn. That is bananas. Good, very good, very good. Okay. All right, let's get. Oh no, I don't need help. No, I don't need help. Why did I? Okay, we're good. Let me get back to buying some of these comics here. No, I don't need help. Okay, did I? No, can I? Okay, I am so sorry. I did not, I don't know how I did that. Y'all getting the blizzard? Yeah, I did not need, did not mean to do that. Anyway, let's get back to buying some more comics. Where we at here? No, Night Nurse. No, we don't need that. New Mutant, still at 93 cents. Spider-Man, Nova. Okay, sorry. Sentry. Okay, I'm sorry. We're gonna get back to the comics that we are buying. Sentry #1 is at 479. There's not a ton of those, but I got them. Silver Surfer, they have a bunch of good ones. It has first appearance of Infinity Gauntlet in there, but that's like a C tier comic, so I only have like 9 of them. Avengers 55. Okay, I feel like I've gone over a bunch of these. Oh, hang on a minute here. Amazing Spider-Man. First appearance, Green Goblin. So this is Amazing Spider-Man 14, I think. Let me give me a sec here, because this is a B tier comic. Oh my gosh, how many B tier comics are there? Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man number 14 is, well, there's 70,000 of these freaking things. So I got these so these are the rares. I was getting these at $3, $3, $3, $4. I accidentally just bought one for $7. I did not mean to. Okay, this is number 14, right? Okay. Spider-Man number 14. The commons on these are $2. There's 50,000 of them, but yeah, I really didn't mean to buy that for $7. I don't know why I did. Amazing Spider-Man number 14. What are the, I mean, honestly, the ultra rares are probably not even that much higher than this. Did I think it was, yeah, ultra rares are 14. That's actually, maybe I thought it was a ultra rare and that's why I bought it. I don't know why I bought it for 7 when I was buying them for literally like $3. I mean, it's a rare one though, so it's not, that's not a total loss. And yeah, secret rares, there's 1,400 of them, $120 hairs. It's kind of a lot. Anyway, that was my mistake. I probably should not have done that. But let's do Nova Rare, $6. Yeah, that first appearance, I'm sorry, Ultron, that rare is $13. Maybe I should buy it. Not buy, maybe I should sell one. Young Avengers number 1, it's first appearance of a couple of them. It's $1.33. I think it's a C tier comic. Tales of Suspense 52. It's first appearance of Black Widow. It's $1.78. It's not bad. It's a B tier comic, but let's see what Comics and Crypto says about those Tales of Suspense. They got to be in the 20s, right? Tales of Suspense, oh, it's 40s. Tales of Suspense 52, its first appearance Black Widow. They placed it number 42. And Tales of Suspense number 57, first appearance of Hawkeye, is at number 45. And actually, Amazing Spider-Man 14, Green Goblin, first appearance, that's number 44, according to Comics and Crypto. B tier comic. So the Tales, I only have 4 of these, and I guarantee you the top hodlers, this guy's got 190 of them. But I had gotten these at literally 77 and 80 cents. So to get them at like $1.70 is, it's a lot. I mean, it's still not like a lot, but now let's go back to some of the news. Yeah. I don't want to go over this because it's going to sound not good. Okay, I have to because from New York, right? Geiger Capital states New York City's annual budget is double of Tokyo's. Tokyo has twice as many people, but they're cleaner urban environments, superior public transit, lower crime rate, almost no homelessness, and better public education. Oh, Tokyo is 99% Japanese. New York City is nearly half foreign-born, mostly from third world countries where a lot of the values are not the same as Western values. So I think that's possibly one of the reasons why. BlackRock on February 19th sold 164 million in Bitcoin. Tom Lee's Bitmine bought another $19 million worth of Ethereum on late the 19th. And where we have, okay, all right, so here's the schedule for this week. Monday, I have a podcast with Andy Carter at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll have normal shows on Sunday and Monday. Tuesday, because Monday I'll be live normal at 8 again. Tuesday, we have the OMI show at 8. And then I have the Krausu people coming on at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have Violetta Chiquita coming on the 25th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then I have Anthony Francisco, that is the creator of Baby Groot, coming on at 8 p.m. on Thursday. And I have a couple. So, and then by that Friday, we should hopefully get that ORKT merger with VeVe. So we'll see. So I will save some of this stuff for tomorrow, yesterday's and today's news, and then on Monday. But let's continue buying some of these here comics. Uncanny X-Men first appearance Bishop. I think it's a C tier comic, but I love them. So they're not great comics. 78 cents for Uncanny. Like I have 4 of them, and then for the rares they're $4.30. I have 3 of those. So yeah, there's not a ton of these. I'm trying to look at some other ones that should be like undervalued. I just don't have not a lot of them are, I think are really undervalued at this point because I bought most of them. Let me know if you guys have anything. Oh, Fantastic Four #1s. Yeah, I actually have 2 of those left. Daredevil #1. So Daredevil #1, it's an A tier comic, and it's it's just under $5, $4.73. So that's not bad, because Daredevil #1 is really good, A tier comic, but it's $4. And I think the Amazing Spider-Man I forget the first appearance of Eddie Brock. I don't know. Let's Morbius, there's Black Cat. Oh, I love Black Cat too. I don't have a ton of hers though. Also the Amazing Spider-Man 131 I have to take a look at. Okay, I guess that was a C tier comic with Eddie Brock. But Amazing Spider-Man 131 I want to take a look at. Because that is, I'm tripping. Amazing Spider. Oh, it's number 31. I'm an idiot. I thought it was 131. I'm an idiot. Okay, because there's not a lot of there's 4,500 of the commons, and they are $3 hairs, and I got one for $3.19 the other day. It's a B tier comic. Let's see what the rest are. Let's see what the rare is, because it's not just first appearance of Gwen Stacy. It's also Harry Osborn, as well as Miles Warren. But oh, there's none available for the rare. Spider-Man number 31. Let's see the ultra rare, because there's a little bit more color in that. Look, Gwen Stacy. There's none on Stackers. $50 on VeVe. Okay. Number 31. Because again, there's not a lot of these. Only 7,500. And it's $232 for the secret rare. There's 188 of them. There's not. Okay. And then on VeVe, it's like $450. So that's That's a decent amount. Let me see what else I got here. Ooh, the X-Men. What is this? Second ever issue of X-Men. Oh, there's only 2008 editions. Sleeping Comics is the floor at $13. When did I buy mine? Oh, I bought mine at $13. Okay. So that's clearly not something that I can make any profit on. I have a couple Aliens vs. Avengers comics. I guess I have Strange Tales first appearance Dormammu. Only 821 of those. I like Dormammu, but it's $4 on VeVe. I'm not going to pay $6.50 for it on the stacker. I can get it super cheap elsewhere. Predator vs. Spider-Man. Listen, I'm not gonna lie, guys. There's 99 editions of these. This did not sell a lot, but Predator vs. Spider-Man was a very cool comic to read. I read it. It's dope. I think it's supposed to be like a 4-part series. It's like a super hot day in New York City. People are getting like, I think Spider-Man thinks it's like Deadpool, like wrecking these people. And it turns out to be Predator. And I won't give away the ending of the first comic, which is really good. So like I got this because I thought it would be cool. I don't. So this came out in April of last year. I'm pretty sure there's multiple of these that have come out by this point. God. Predator vs. Spider-Man #2. There is one in the market. I take that back. There's none in the market. But yeah, so these didn't sell well in the store, but the first one was really good. And at the end of the first one, there's like, oh, like it was really cool to see. So that's one of the things that I would actually recommend people read because the first one is good. I haven't read the second one yet. Because this is on the VeVe Comics like Green website. And obviously I haven't read the third one. So like the third one that like literally sold like 26. The first one though sold a couple hundred. And the second one, sold like 39. But that's one I want to continue to read. Anyway, let's I don't think that does well like for ROI, but it was just a really cool one. Oh, I have one of these Planet Death comics as well. They're $11. Huh. I might sell it then. I'm gonna sell mine for $9. Okay. Let me listing completed. Let me go back to see if I have anything else that's worthy of selling. I don't think so right now. Black Panther #1's first appearance of Okoye. Black Panther #2 is first appearance Shuri, which I like, but not at these prices. Oh, Uncanny X-Men. There's a first appearance of Negasonic Teenage Warhead. I just like her. I don't know if it's really worth it at $8, but I like her. And I think that's going to be it for now. I do have something else I have to do, but everyone please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. And everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi, and thank you all for the super chats. I love you.